What's going on with you? All right, so I'm on my jacket. It's a work jacket, but so it's day 3-ish. And currently I'm pulling out the pedal to start welding on the clutch assembly from the Mustang and blah 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 blah. So let me get this pedal out, and then I'll probably start chopping this clutch pedal assembly up. I think today I'm just gonna focus on this pedal and getting this clutch assembly all welded up and right. So let's get it. All right, guys, so the pedal is out. So because this is a first gen, a lot of the spacing and where stuff is different. This is a 1997, and I know on the newer cars the ECU and all that stuff is under the hood. So I know for sure I'm gonna have to chop this little bracket right here, and then that should give me enough room for the clutch throw and everything, and then I'll zip tie these wires off to the side. And then as far as the clutch cable goes, it's gonna be kind of weird because the firewall is not flat. It should go somewhere along the lines of here, which this is not flat, so I'm gonna have to cut up something to mount that there for the firewall adjuster or whatever. I'm gonna get the ECU out, and then I'm gonna start working on the pedal, cutting and chopping and doing all this. All right, guys, so I got the brake and the ECU all out. Wasn't really that hard. If you have a older car and you're looking to get the ECU out, the top bolt is really easy to get to. It's right here. And then the bottom bolt, I just went through the fender well, and then you should be able to get it. It's right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. So it's really easy to get to that way instead of trying to reach down under this. So as of right now, I'm going to break down this clutch assembly and then get this tube out of here, because that's what I need. I need this tube, and then I need to cut off this section at the top to weld onto here, because I got to weld a tube on the Mustang brake pedal assembly with the clutch, and then I have the Crown Vic pedal assembly. I basically have to completely take this pedal assembly off with the tube, and then on the top section up here, I have to cut this section off and weld it onto here to weld this tube onto here, so that the clutch pedal can pretty much be mounted on here. So because I feel like this is going to be the hardest part and the longest part, I'm going to get this over with now instead of trying to get the transmission and all that stuff in now. So, I mean, even though it's still pretty easy, it's the most tedious, and, you know, I have to weld and all that stuff. So, yeah, let me start knocking this out, and then, yeah, see how far I get. Probably tonight I'm just going to pull this brake pedal assembly out and then maybe chop it up and get the tube and stuff off, but that's probably about it for tonight. I'm probably not doing any welding or anything like that, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so I have the Mustang brake pedal assembly all taken apart. So I've outlined basically what I had to cut. You guys can probably see it better like this. So I basically have to cut here, cut here, cut there, cut there. To take this piece, put that on here to weld this tube, which used to be inside, onto this. So that's gonna give me my clutch, assembly. I'm just gonna chop this whole thing and then I'll weld everything tomorrow. Yeah, let me cut this out and then I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, so I got everything taken apart, as you can see. So essentially, all I did was take this piece from here, and then I'm going to weld it onto here like this, and then this tube is gonna get welded onto here. So then, let me put it flat so I can, then this lever will go in the tube and the clutch pedal will sit roughly somewhere around here, maybe a little bit closer. So I do have to switch out this brake pedal. I'll probably just end up chopping this one and chopping this one and then welding this one on here. Or I might just, if I can, use this brake pedal. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but for now, calling it a night. It's pretty late. I've been working late the past few days, so I guess that'll do it for now. And then I'll get back to you guys tomorrow when I start welding everything up. Peace. Alright guys, so I got this all tacked up. It's looking good. So the clutch pedal, I'm going to have to, of course, cut and stuff like that, but I got home pretty late, so I wasn't able to get too much done today. So tomorrow I'm gonna throw the pedal assembly back in and see where everything sits, and then take it back out and start chopping the pedals and seeing what I need to do with what. So this is it for now. You can kind of get the idea of what's going on here. Clutch pedal will ride right here. Brake pedals will sit in here, and yeah, so we'll see how this goes. So see you tomorrow. Okay, so once again, the rain is kind of trying to keep me inside, which I'm kind of trying to fight, but I'm getting wet and it's not fun. So I got the pedal in. I still obviously have to cut this stuff and all that. I just kind of wanted to see where the quadrant was gonna be. And on the newer cars, they say you have to cut the stud at the top or whatever, but mine is older once again, so it's spacing different. I don't have to chop anything. The quadrant is clearing all the way. It looks like the ECU is gonna clear here. I have to weld a stop. I have to weld a stop on the whatchamacallit, on the brake assembly right here, so that it will, keep it from throwing out all the way. So I have a rough guess. Quadrant adjuster, clutch cable adjuster, whatever will go, and that's right here, roughly. So should work out okay. It's raining. I don't know what I want to do at this point. Maybe just keep working on the pedal and welding up and, doing stuff to it, because I can't really work out there right now, which is frustrating, but, stuff happens. So yeah, let me get this pedal out and start welding up and doing the rest of what I need to do to it, and I'll get back to you guys. For the brake pedal, all I'm gonna do is where this gets black, I'm pretty sure it's done like that from factory, I'm gonna chop there and then weld that on this one. And then for the clutch pedal, I'm basically just going to chop it and then weld it to the side and move it up like that, instead of making 2 cuts and then, you know, trying to get it all perfect and whatnot. So and that way it'll have more area to weld on and it'll be stronger. So yeah, let me get this done and hopefully it stops raining soon. So let's get it. Alright guys, so here's what I got. I still gotta clean everything up and whatnot, but that's gonna be the brake pedal. This is gonna be the clutch pedal. Welds aren't perfect, but I still have to clean them up and stuff, so they'll hold. I put my body weight on them, so not worried about that. The quadrant is also all, still a little warm, but this is also all welded in, tacked in. Got some welds on the inside, so should hold. So tomorrow, I need to weld a little tab on here for the brake switch, and yeah, that should be it for the pedal assembly. So we'll get back to you guys tomorrow, and yeah, this is taking a lot longer than I was expecting, but I'm doing it slowly so that I make sure I know I do everything right. So just bear with me. And I've never done a swap. I've never pulled a tranny. I've never put one back in. So this is my first time ever doing this, and I'm learning as I go. So learn with me. See you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. So I don't know how well you guys can hear me, but it's hopefully final day of pedal assembly and getting the clutch installed. Right now, I'm just gonna weld this tab on for the brake switch, and then I have to weld the clutch pedal a bit. I shortened it just a tad just because it was a little bit too long for my liking. So hopefully this is final assembly pretty much, and then I have to go grab another bolt for the brake switch so that I can adjust it, and or not a bolt, a nut, I'm sorry. And yeah, then I should pretty much be done with it. And then I'll get the firewall adjuster hole cut out, and that should be it. Then we can start getting this trans and stuff in. So yeah, let's get to it. Guys, everything finished up. Brake pedal, clutch pedal, about to paint it just so it doesn't rust a little bit. Again, not the best welder. Haven't welded in years. I'm just getting back into it, but none of this stuff is going anywhere. So you can tell, like, some of the welds I kind of am getting the hang of it. Some of the welds are, you know, not as good as the others, but like, this thing's sturdy, it's not going anywhere. So let me put some paint on this. I'm gonna run to Ace Hardware, grab a nut for the brake switch, and then continue on with getting this firewall hole cut out and stuff like that. So yep, I'll be back in a second, probably when I get back from Ace. All right, guys, so final product. The clutch lever doesn't come up as much as the brake. I'm not too sure what's going on there. It also could be because I kind of notched out a little bit too, so. But brake switch is in there, as you can see, activating. You can hear it click. So that's all in there. So let me put this in the car, put the quadrant on, and then maybe start drilling out this hole for the firewall adjuster. Alright guys, so look what we have here. As you can see, firewall adjuster is all in. And for this to be all eyeball, pretty much freelance work, let me see if I can get a good shot of it. It's not rubbing or anything, so yep, it's pretty much dead center. But I have the firewall adjuster in there, so it's not gonna rub on anything crazy. That's what the pedal assembly is pretty much gonna sit like. I know this clutch pedal is pretty low, but you know, it is what it is. Brake switch is all in. Just have to wire that in. Nothing's bolted down, so it's late, tired. So yeah, I guess since that's all done and complete, tomorrow you see where my I have to cut my trans tunnel out. So we'll see. Shouldn't be too hard, but now that the pedal assembly and clutch cable and all that stuff is done, I feel like that was pretty much the hardest part. So it should take me maybe another week to finish this, and that's only because I do work. So I have maybe 2 to 3 hours after work a day to work on this. So the weekend is really the only real time I get, and today is Saturday, which I got the clutch pedal in and installed, which is what my goal was. So tomorrow, yeah, I'll be focusing on trans tunnel and yeah, cleaning up this trans and the drive shaft. So hopefully we can get a lot done. That'll be it for this video, which is just clutch pedal assembly. Trans is not in, so the clutch cable is not hooked up, but yeah, it looks pretty good in my opinion. There's quite a bit of throw in the clutch, so shouldn't have an issue with that. I wish I would have got the adjustable clutch cable. As you see, this one is just the OEM one that just slides in, and you know, you can't really adjust it, but hopefully it works. If anything, I'll just change it out in the future. Now that everything's all, you know, for a manual transmission, it shouldn't be too hard to swap out parts and what I need and whatnot. So yep, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching if you did. And next video, we should be cleaning up this transmission and getting the firewall, or I'm sorry, getting the trans tunnel cut out. So peace.